The day started like any other in the Johnson household, with the sun streaming through the windows and the twins laughing in the living room. But in a matter of minutes, everything changed. Maria, the longtime housekeeper who had watched over the children for years, was on the phone, her voice trembling as she called Mr. Johnson. "Come back now. She harmed your twins," she warned, and those words hung in the air like a dark cloud. Mr. Johnson froze, unable to comprehend what Maria was seeing from inside the house. Who could possibly pose a threat to his children, and how did Maria notice it before anyone else? The tension was suffocating, and every second that ticked by felt like an eternity. The calm, everyday routine of the household shattered, replaced by fear and urgency. In this story, you'll witness a chilling moment of instinct, bravery, and shocking revelations that no parent wants to face. The house, normally a place of safety, suddenly became the center of an unexpected crisis. And when Mr. Johnson rushed home, the scene that greeted him left him speechless, questioning everything he thought he knew about trust and vigilance. You won't believe what happens next. The truth is far more shocking than anyone imagined. Mr. Johnson's heart pounded as he sped through the streets, the image of Maria's panicked face replaying in his mind. Maria had been more than just a housekeeper. She was part of the family, someone who knew the twins' habits, their favorite games, and even how they liked their bedtime stories. Her instinctive warning made him trust her words completely. Yet he struggled to imagine anyone actually threatening his children. Inside the house, the atmosphere was tense. The twins, unaware of the danger, played with their toys, their laughter echoing like an innocent soundtrack to a building storm. Maria stayed close to them, her eyes darting toward the front door and windows, every small sound making her flinch. She had noticed something strange hours earlier, small signs that didn't make sense at the time. A shadow moving outside, an unlocked gate that should have been secure, subtle noises that hinted at someone lurking nearby. As Mr. Johnson pulled into the driveway, questions raced through his mind. Who could possibly want to harm his family? And how had Maria seen it before it escalated? Every instinct screamed that the situation was far more serious than he could imagine, and the sense of dread only grew stronger as he approached the house. The truth waiting inside was closer than he realized, but still, just out of reach. Mr. Johnson's hand shook as he unlocked the front door, every step echoing through the quiet house. Maria met him at the entrance, her face pale and eyes wide with fear. She grabbed his arm and whispered, "I didn't want to alarm you too soon, but it's worse than I thought." The twins giggled in the background, oblivious to the tension that had gripped the adults. Outside, a neighbor's dog barked sharply, making Maria flinch again. She explained how she had noticed unusual activity around the house for a car parked near the gate at odd hours, glimpses of someone peeking through the curtains, and even small items in the yard that seemed moved or out of place. Each tiny detail had built up in her mind like pieces of a puzzle, finally forming a picture that terrified her. Mr. Johnson's mind raced. Could it be someone from the neighborhood? Or was this a stranger targeting the family? His thoughts were interrupted by the twins' sudden question, asking when their dad would play with them. The innocence of their voices clashed sharply with the fear gnawing at him, intensifying his sense of urgency. Meanwhile, Maria's own past experiences, a history of quick thinking in dangerous situations, made her She had saved lives before, and now her instincts screamed that something immediate and unseen was threatening the twins. Every creak of the floorboards, every flicker of the curtains, seemed loaded with potential danger, and the tension in the house became almost unbearable. Mr. Johnson moved silently through the house, his eyes scanning every shadow, every corner. Maria stayed close behind, her hand tight on his sleeve, whispering reminders about what she had seen earlier. The twins' laughter had faded into uneasy silence, replaced by the sound of a clock ticking too loudly in the tense air. Every small noise, the hum of the refrigerator, the rustle of a curtain felt amplified, as if the house itself were holding its breath. Suddenly, a faint knock came from the back door. Both Maria and Mr. Johnson froze. The timing, the uncertainty, it all felt too deliberate. Who could it be? The hair on the back of Mr. Johnson's neck stood on end. Maria's face went pale, and she whispered again, "It's her. She's here." As they approached the door cautiously, the twins peeked around the corner, sensing something was wrong but not understanding. Mr. Johnson's mind raced. Should he confront whoever was outside, or secure the children first? Every instinct screamed danger. The air felt heavy, electric, and unpredictable, like something terrible was about to happen in the next moment. Then, a sudden crash came from the living room, a sound that made Mr. Johnson's blood run cold. Maria's eyes widened in recognition, and she whispered urgently, "This is it. We have no time." The tension reached its peak, and the house seemed to shrink around them, trapping them in a moment where every second counted. The climax was building, and nothing would ever feel the same again. Mr. Johnson spun toward the living room, heart racing, only to freeze at the doorway. The room was in disarray, toys scattered, a chair overturned, and yet the twins were safe, huddled together, wide-eyed and trembling. Relief should have washed over him, but it didn't. Something felt off. Maria's gaze was fixed on the window, and her voice trembled as she said, "It's not just her. Someone's inside." Before he could react, a shadow flickered across the hallway, vanishing as quickly as it appeared. Panic surged through him. The intruder wasn't outside, they were already inside the house. Mr. Johnson's mind raced, trying to account for how someone could have slipped past security, past Maria's watchful eyes. Every second felt like an eternity, the danger intensifying with each passing heartbeat. Then Maria revealed something even more shocking. She had recognized a familiar scent lingering near the twins' play area, something that belonged to someone the family trusted. Mr. Johnson's stomach dropped. Could someone he knew, someone he never suspected, be behind this? The betrayal cut deeper than fear itself, as they moved cautiously through the house. Each creak and whisper amplified the tension. The stakes had escalated beyond anything Mr. Johnson had imagined. The house, once a sanctuary, had become a trap, and every decision could determine whether his family would survive the night. The unseen threat loomed closer, and the ultimate confrontation was only moments away. Mr. Johnson's hand shook as he quietly edged toward the hallway, Maria gripping his arm, urging him to stay calm. Then, from the shadows, a figure stepped forward. It was someone he had trusted completely, a close family friend who had spent countless afternoons with the twins. Shock and disbelief collided in his mind. Why are you here?" he demanded, voice barely steady. The intruder's eyes flickered with guilt and fear. They hadn't intended harm, they confessed. It had been a desperate mistake, a plan to take something valuable from the house, not to hurt the children. But their presence had triggered a chain of terrifying events, and seeing the housekeeper's vigilance and Mr. Johnson's swift action had stopped them before anything worse could happen. Maria quickly ushered the twins into a safe room, her calm authority restoring a fragile sense of order. Mr. Johnson confronted the friend. Emotions, a storm of anger, betrayal, and relief. Police were called, and the intruder was taken away, leaving the family shaken but unharmed. Just as the tension seemed to ease, Maria held up a small envelope she had found near the living room floor. Inside were letters hinting at someone else, a figure still watching the house, someone who had orchestrated events from the shadows. Mr. Johnson felt a chill. Relief was fleeting, and the real danger might only be beginning. The house was safe for now, but the mystery was far from over. In the days that followed, Mr. Johnson and his family worked to restore a sense of safety and normalcy in their home. The twins returned to their laughter-filled routines, and Maria's presence remained a calming constant, her vigilance now respected more than ever. The experience had shaken them, but it had also revealed the strength of trust, instinct, and quick thinking. Mr. Johnson reflected on the unexpected betrayal and the role Maria had played in protecting the children. Her instincts had been the difference between danger and safety, and he realized that sometimes the people we least expect, those who quietly observe and act, hold the greatest power to protect. The envelope Maria had found was carefully examined, revealing warnings and clues that led the family to take stronger precautions, securing the house and learning to trust, but wisely. The ordeal left a lasting impression on everyone involved. Mr. Johnson learned the importance of vigilance and listening to those who care deeply, while Maria's courage became a reminder of the quiet heroism that often goes unnoticed. The family grew closer, more aware of the fragility of safety, yet resilient in their unity. Though the immediate threat had passed, the experience lingered as a lesson. Protection, trust, and awareness are priceless, and sometimes the smallest actions can prevent unimaginable harm. The house was peaceful again, but the story of that day would never be forgotten.